much. And this is only for our members. It doesn't go out to the internet, only to our newsletters and to our members, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask Mary Beth a question. All right, Mary Beth, so yesterday you were interviewed at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio, and I learned a lot about you. But if you can just give us a quick summary of what is the most important part of your business that you offer to people, okay? So let me go ahead and make you a speaker here.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. First of all, nice to meet all of you and see your faces. So I, with 20 years, I guess, of leadership experience, have become an expert in the area of leadership, and also really just people, to be honest. And so I'm really passionate about helping people to wake up to like the full life that they can have, right? So I've spent a lot of years in helping people to do that financially. So if we share stories later, I can give you some specific examples, but I love coming alongside people and seeing them win in all the areas of life. So I do keynote speaking, I do workshops, business and leadership coaching. I have a new leadership course that's launching on Monday, and then some business consulting and custom training creation and executive coaching. And it's a lot of things, but
yes,
the one main thing is really just helping people to grow their leadership so that it can impact their business.
Awesome. All right, now you get to pick anyone else and ask your question.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to jump over to Rick and just ask a similar question. Rick, I'd love to know what it is that you do.
I'm in the franchise industry, so I do a couple of things. I will work with candidates who want to own a business, own a franchise, and coach them and guide them through the entire process of figuring out if it's the right thing for them. And then I will work with business owners who may want to grow by becoming a franchise. And we have this whole ecosystem that helps them start, build it, grow it, and sell it. So does that help you?
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, Rick, now your turn.
Well, you know, I don't think I've met Ralph nor Malik. So I'm going to ask Malik to introduce herself, in particular to me, and talk about your business too, in general.
Okay, so I am kind of similar to a patent attorney. I took the same bar exam that patent attorneys do. Most people don't know, but for a patent law bar is separate from regular law bar. It's a federal jurisdiction. So I'm essentially a patent attorney in that way. I write patents for people and I prosecute them with United States Patent Office. And I help mostly startups or individual inventors. Those are mostly my clients. So I help them get a patent so their idea and their products are protected.
Does that include trademarks and copyrights, or is that separate?
No, that's separate.
Okay.
And trademark and copyright is simpler to do, but that's the bar exam does not cover trademark, even though it is USPTO. So
Thank you.
All right, Malik, Bella. Her first name is Bella, actually.
Oh, okay.
And so Bella, you want to go ahead and ask Ralph a question?
yes, Ralph, tell me about yourself. What do you do?
Business-wise, I write resumes for people. That's about it. I just play with words and get paid for it. I do specialize in federal employment. A lot of people want to get into the federal system, and I do specialize in those resumes. But I do private sector also.
That's awesome, Ralph. Okay, it looks like we had somebody just came in. Do you want to ask him a question? Where did he go? Maybe I have it show non-video participants. Okay, so I think Brianna is just getting in. So let's just wait and see if we can get her in and wait for her. Sometimes the technology is a little bit slow. Let's see. But for the meantime, you can go, maybe you can go in and ask me a question and I'll ask her a question.
Okay. So I think it's the second time I got to ask you a question.
Oh, now she's available. If you wanted to take advantage of that. And I had Dave Ray coming into, now you've got two people. All right. So Brianna, are you available on video? And hi, Dave, how are you? And also on, are you just on the
Hi,
phone?
everybody.
Hi, Dave. We just started our Q&A, so you're kind of familiar because this is your second time. So
Yeah, sorry
and
I'm late. I had a issue with the Zoom link.
that's okay. And Ralph it's his turn to ask a question, and we're trying to get to see if Brianna is available too, but she hasn't responded. But go ahead, Ralph, if you want to ask Dave.
I don't know. So what have you been up to being so busy lately?
Oh, boy, how much time do I have?
You have a couple of minutes, Dave.
1 minute? Okay, I'll take a minute and 30 seconds. It's been a crazy, crazy week. I've gotten a couple of new clients, at least verbals for right now, to come to my mastermind groups is the next 2 weeks. A new one-on-one client that's supposed to start in the middle of May. Sent out my first video email message to 2 clients today. Doing a lot of marketing, a lot of phone calls, made about 27 phone calls to invite people to a Chamber of Commerce event, our Lunch and Learn on Thursday, actually, Marie.
Yes, yes.
27 phone calls to remind people about that. Been involved with a bunch of other chamber events, just going crazy, crazy, crazy every day for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
That's awesome. All right. And Brianna just sent a text message. She said that she is in the subway right now, but she is listening. It looks like she's, but she's there. She's just
Wow.
listening. And I'm not sure, Brianna, if you can participate.
Deep underground.
Interactively, but you're welcome to listen, and hopefully you can participate in some point in our meeting. Okay. Anyway, so Dave, you get to ask me a question.
All righty. Marie,
Yeah.
any kind of a question?
Any questions?
What has brought you joy today?
Joy? Oh,
Yes.
wow. That's a pretty broad information, but you know, I love that I'm able to have a great conversation with one of our members yesterday. And she actually sent me a recording of her workshop. And I gave her my insight of what was missing in her training, because I felt like she was working with the people that are showing that they were stressing out with because she provides numbers. And so calculating numbers and everything like that, not all people like to do the numbers. They just want to put the information, they want to see the results. So I kind of talked to her about that, and she was really excited that she is now creating a system that she can automate and help, you know, her clients to be less stressed for getting what they want out of their her services. So I was really happy about that. That is like one of my joys, to be able to help people in so many different ways. There you go.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so that is the first part of our meeting. The next part is what we call expert section. And what I normally do is sometimes we would have a speaker, or sometimes I would throw a topic and you get to talk about it for a minute or so, okay? So the topic that I want to talk about is about target market. So who would like to start and just talk about in general what you think about that word and how it applies to your business? Okay, so who would like to start? Okay, if nobody wants to volunteer, I will. Oh, there's Dave. Dave, go for it, Dave.
Having my left and my right's all mixed up here.
Go for it.
Yeah, I guess so. Real quickly, I talk about that a little bit in my my weekly meetings and in my articles that I write, and I consistently see people say that their target market is any mom or any new business owner or any I don't know gun owner, and I try to explain to them that that's fine, but if they really nick it down to a real niche market, they're going to do a lot better in the long run, and nobody seems to believe me. They always want to say, well, okay, maybe I'll try that in a few years, but right now I'm going to be selling to all moms, period. And they don't want to take my advice. So I don't know if you see the same thing when you talk to your clients, but it really makes a big deal in the long run. The specialists, the brain surgeons obviously make more than the house call doctors. And I'm trying to find ways to show that to my clients and my prospects, to get them to start thinking in terms of a specialist.
Okay.
I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to move on to the next one. Bella, you want to come in next?
Oh, okay. I think that's where I am these days. For me, I can advertise to a whole lot of people, but if they're not inventors, that doesn't help me. So that's really what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to start Google Ads, but then I'm trying to figure out what are the keywords or AdWords that will bring me the right kind of people. So I think target market is in this day and age is probably the most important part of your advertisement, digital or otherwise.
I see.
And the other thing I'm trying to figure out is if I can get an email list of inventors and start sending them my newsletter. So I'm in middle of those two things. Actually, third thing is I want to give up. I'm starting to look for venues where I can present to potential or not potential, but inventors who are looking to start a small business. So for me, target market is the most important, word. This month, I would say.
Awesome.
So that's where I'm working really hard these days.
Okay. Thank you, Bella. All right, Ralph, you're next. Oh, you have to unmute.
Was I unmuted the whole time? Sorry. My target audience would be transitioning veterans, transitioning military folks, and people that just want to transition to other jobs. I need to do a better job of advertising myself outside than organically, but organic has been working for me lately. So I did make a little bit of money doing that. Bought some new toys with it and gave that back to bought some of the equipment with the kids I coach. So.
All right, sounds good. All right, Rick, what about you?
Well, it's been successful for me in targeting my audience. So to look for those who may want to maintain independence after being in COVID for a couple of years and happen to be C-level or VP or above, I will buy resume leads from ZipRecruiter. And those have been on a weekly basis successful in setting appointments, maybe half a dozen appointments a week.
Okay, perfect.
And then there's an entrepreneurs group in LinkedIn that has 30,000 members, 35,000 members, and I have a targeted messaging campaign to those to connect, invite them to have a conversation about franchising, and then that leads into, have you ever thought about franchising your business? So those are two ways I use to approach each segment of my business.
Okay, awesome. All right, and Mary Beth?
Hey, I thought this was such a great question.
Yeah.
And I agree with what Dave said earlier, how it's hard to get people to really go down the path of choosing what that is, but I do think it's super helpful when you do. And the way that I think about it is actually like an avatar, like a very specific person that I'm speaking to. I do a lot of like social media marketing. That's the background I came from before I kind of launched out on my own. And so I act like I'm talking to a single individual. And for me, that person is a 25 to 45-year-old female. She's likely a mom. She's somebody who's had some success and wants more, but doesn't want to do it at the detriment of her family too, right? I'm a mom with 4 boys. I have a husband, but I've always had a career. And so I'm kind of targeting the person I used to be, if that makes sense, right? That wants that growth and wants that next step. And so it's interesting too, because you can use analytics on social media and website too, traffic. You guys probably know this, but you can really kind of look and see who it is that is your audience. Because it was really surprising not surprising, I guess, but it was like a reality check when I realized, okay, 70% of my audience is female. And I really didn't want to be like, oh, I can only speak to women. I wanted to be able to speak to both, but I found out that's who I'm attracting naturally. So let's go with it. And so I just continued to pour into that group of people. And so far it's been a really good thing. So
that's awesome. All right. It looks like we have Paul Matamoros, and I can see Brianna now. Hi, Brianna. And hello, Paul. Glad that you guys made it. Okay, so Brianna, we're talking about a target market. What do you think about that word and how it applies to your business or whatever you're doing right now? And you have a minute to share your thoughts.
To me, target market means exactly what it actually says, and that is a market that is targeted. I think of like a bow and arrow. When you go to release a bow and arrow, you're having a focus on something specifically. For my business, I focus on business owners, young entrepreneurs. So I'm aiming towards, the Chamber of Commerce, places where entrepreneurs will be, and building a network with those who are business minded, understanding that I'm not out here to sell you anything, but empower you with something that's going to help you grow and make it better for you, make life easier for you as you grow and as you mature in life and gain the wisdom. Because sometimes we don't need to learn it from experience. Sometimes we need to learn it from someone else's. So,
okay. And what type of business do you do? What type of business do you do, Brianna?
I am with the Legal Shield. So I am empowering families and small businesses with affordable legal access all throughout the United States and Canada.
Awesome. Well, thank you. All right, Paul, you're next. Last one for the target market is the topic.
First of all, Marie and everyone, I apologize that I'm a little bit late. I had a meeting that extended a little bit past the time for you to start your meeting, so my apologies.
That's all right.
Target market, I just like Brianna and Maribeth mentioned, I think, the more that we get into our business, many years, at first you're like trying to get all the markets, like just come to me and who's ever going to pay and this and the other. And then now that a little bit seasoned in business, you start to think about, well, wait a minute. Those times that I did all this, those were the times that I really stressed out and probably got in trouble, or it wasn't worth all that extra effort, right? So you put yourself in a predicament. So I think, this is where a business aims its marketing efforts and resources into the people or the market that they know is going to give them what they're trying to promote. Like, in other words, we're trying to build the Civic Center Plaza, and we don't want to do what everyone else is doing, lower end, this, that, and the other. The Civic Center Plaza is the heart of the city. So of course you're going to want to attract higher end people. With that said, marketing is going to be a little bit more, there's going to be more thought in this. It's going to take more time. You have to put in the steps in order for you to market that to high level or high money people, because high money people, they know the drill. They don't want to be put into a category like the rest. You want to get their attention. There's certain things that you have to do to get their attention.
Awesome. All right. Okay. So let's take 30 seconds. Give us your feedback. Put it on chat for everybody to read what you think of what, from everybody's point of view on target market. So if you could just do that, that would be awesome. And at the same time, go ahead and put your contact information also. I think that would be great to also take the time for that. Awesome. Those are good info. All right. Okay. All right, I think we got everyone. Okay, well, thank you so much for your input. I'll make sure that before we end our meeting, you save the chat because these are amazing information that you're getting from everybody. Okay, so next part of our meeting is what we call the business share time. This is where you can go ahead and share one of your success stories. We have about right now it's 3:27, so we have a good time, so a minute to two for each one to share your success story or a specific challenge or a specific goal. Okay, so who would like to start, or do you want me to pick somebody? Okay, so Ralph is gonna go start. Go for it, Ralph. You are fighting.
I was pointing at everybody else. So one goal is I did a podcast and that led to sell of a book. My challenges right now is just putting myself out there, being more confident in my presence. And then one of my goals is to be an authority in in everything that I do, not just the resume stuff.
Awesome. All right, who's next? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Rick.
I was in Tampa, Florida last weekend at the Tampa Convention Center because we own a franchise expo circuit called the Great American Franchise Expo. And in that expo, we launched a brand that I brought to become a franchise called I Heart Fries. It's a fries and bowl concept. You have bowls from different parts of the world. It's called an experience. So we launched them over the weekend and brand new franchise. So that was a success.
Okay, awesome. All right, let's move on to Bella.
So for me, success is always, it takes a long time when one of my clients get a patent issued. That's one success which I had recently. And the other success is when my clients, they are able to raise money and, start developing their product. So I've had a couple of clients that have had, that have been able to do that, and some who are just stalling a little. But patience is, a virtue. So it'll take, it'll happen for them. So that's success for me. And what was the other part? I'm sorry.
No, it's whatever you wanted to share, success or a challenge or a specific goal, but
Yeah, a challenge is always for me is finding the right niche, the right client, and keeping my overheads very low, so I can pass on the cost saving to my clients, so that they can. Most of my clients, because they're starting business, they are not able to pay as much. So that's that's the challenge for me always.
Okay, all right. Dave, go for it.
Yeah, so I had as I alluded to this just a minute ago, I had a referral to a one-on-one coaching client from a gentleman in my networking group. Now, I've never worked with this gentleman that's referring me, but all he knows me from is my weekly, what I do in the networking meeting. I do little bits and pieces of business tips and tricks and business topics. Sometimes if we have, if one of our speakers doesn't show up, I might jump up there and talk for 2 or 3 minutes about something. So just from that little bit of exposure over the year, I've been in this group a little over about 13 months now, 14 months. And he's felt comfortable enough to refer me to actually one of his employees he is trying to groom to become his partner.
Okay.
So even if you don't necessarily work with a client, you can still get a referral just if they know you and they feel comfortable with you.
Yes, that's exactly right. Okay, let's go to Mary Beth.
So I just started out on my own really recently. So I left a VP of sales position at the end of January. And I would say as far as like a victory, I am at about 20% of where I want to be income wise, as far as like ongoing, mastermind type things that I know are going to be there month after month. So I'm excited about that. I think the challenge is just like when you're starting something new and you're like the IT guy and the website creator and the salesperson and the marketer. And I've learned a new skill set almost every single day. But it also makes me excited that I can show other people what that looks like, that they want to start something too, and they just decide to go for it. And so it's been a challenge and it's been scary, but it's also been really exciting and really fun.
Awesome. All right. And Brianna, are you available? She might be, okay.
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, I got you in headphones. I'm trying to block out the sound.
Are you okay? I mean,
But can you still hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, yes. I'm in the second subway. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay. No, that's all right. Do you want to just listen for now, or what do you want to do?
I can answer the question if you like. I'd be more than happy
go
to
for
answer.
it. Go for it.
I just didn't think y'all wanted to see the passing environment behind the windows and such. So, but you said, can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
So if you want to share any success stories or a challenge or a specific goal that you want to share to people.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's okay, I can do all three.
Yeah, if you can
just
fit
starting
it in,
out.
go for it.
So I'm just starting out with my business in Legal Shield. I started exactly 1 year ago. So that's my success. I made it a whole year. I've learned so much. The person I was last year is non-existent anymore because I have grown that much. But the challenge I'm having now is having to push myself to meet new people and simply say hello to individuals, and then I can see the problem and I can provide the solution, and just saying I have something that can help you is what I'm challenging myself to do. So I guess you could say that's my challenge. My goal, I have 3 goals. I have a lifetime goal, a short-term goal, and a long-term goal. Short-term goal, is to help 3 people or 2 families. Long-term goal is to be able to be promoted to an executive director in our company, which will give me the steps to one day retire before I'm 50. So
Awesome.
I guess that answers the questions, and I'm going to send it back to you.
That's really good to know that you have short-term and long-term goals, because sometimes people forget that. Okay, now, Paul, you're next.
Okay, so successes and challenges, right?
Yes.
Well, Marie, you know that I'm trying to head off this big project out here, and we do have an architect. The challenge now, though, is there's not too many architects that want to come in as a GP or something like that. So, of course, those services will have to be paid out. And I've been attacking this for the last 3 years and spent, oh my goodness, of my own money, in the hundreds of thousands. And so it gets to the point where you do want to see some partners come in, but the caveat is, wait a minute, we need those plans. So the challenge now is making it so that it's It's creative, keeping people on board, but seeing if we can get some partners to at least get in at this stage to help cover that cost. I think the thing that, and I placed a call with my attorney, and it seems like my attorney is very busy these days. So I remember reading something, and I don't know if it was in a business class in college, or a book that I picked up, but they always said that a successful business person always has two of each kind of person that they deal with, two bookkeepers, say two attorneys, just in case something like this happens, right? But I'm a loyal person. I've always been that type of business person. I find someone I like, it's like you and me, to the end of time. But you come into these little situations and you have to rethink how to keep this alive. You got to think, you got to get out and see if you can find someone, especially if I'm a little bit reluctant because he's a fantastic attorney and I'm going to reach out to him again. And I think the thing that kept me going today is because I keep my business in San Francisco going. So I had 11 clients talking with me today. So that's nice, but the problem hasn't gone away. So I have to see about finding an attorney. And I know Brianna's going to say something. Brianna, don't worry about that. I've been a legal Shield customer for 25 years, but this attorney that I have, he's not part of that. He's a really good real estate attorney. But anyway, so that's my challenge. I probably spoke too much.
Okay. All right. Well, actually, that is good to know where everybody is. I'm so glad to hear your perspective on target market, because, target market is really something that we need to all know, in regards to their age, to the gender specific, even location. So you need to really hound on that information, because if you don't know, your content is going to be all spread out. And you want to make sure that your content is specific to your target market. So if you guys can find a way to, get some help from whoever you're connected to, and make sure you know exactly who your target market. And then for the challenges and the success stories, thank you so much for sharing your success. The challenges, I think it will be great to, get some feedback from others. And I'm going to take that time right now to get feedback from everyone. So let's start with Dave Ray. Dave, what did you think about so far from what you heard, and feedback on your experience? And if you even found any kind of opportunities or collaboration during this meeting?
Yeah, I like the question. Again, like last week, I like it more open-ended or even more vague, because then it's open to different interpretations by different people rather than a very, very specific question. Yeah, I have to apologize to Paul. I did not schedule a call with you last week. I definitely want to. I will right after the meeting today, but it just got such a crazy week last week. And I do have your Calendly link, so thank you. And other than that, yeah, I see a lot of people that we kind of do some of the same stuff. Like Mary Beth is a business or a coach, life coach. I'm not really a life coach. I try to stay in the business coach lane. But some synergies actually on being able to possibly cross-pollinate.
Okay, all right. And what about you, Mary Beth?
Well, this has been really good. I've enjoyed just the structure that there's been, but also just hearing different people's thoughts. And I also really love that we've got lots of different kind of industries represented here. I think that that's really great. So thank you for those of you who threw your LinkedIn in there. I've got them copied out so we can connect. And that way I want to continue to learn kind of what you guys are all about. So.
All right. Thank you, Mary Beth. Okay, Bella, your turn.
What I like about these meetings is I like the structure a lot, and I like to meet people from different backgrounds. Sometimes they are not, I may or may not have something to offer to them or they to me, but just listening to other people and their challenges and their goals and what they accomplish, it really motivates me. So at least I get that out of it. But the other thing I really want to learn more is branding. And, if someone could help me find venues where I could either send newsletters out, blogs out, or give talks and, educate people, because I think that in United States, and that's not my thought, that's reality. One of the reasons US has been so powerful over all these years is because of patent law that is inherently in our Constitution. So I find that inventors come from all sorts of backgrounds. They're just not, academic scientists or something. I have inventors who don't even feel comfortable talking or writing, but their mind is so innovative, and it just blows my mind. And I love that about my clients. Each one of my clients teaches me something very unique, and they're all very hardworking, all very, they're all go-getters, and I really like that. So, and you never know where you find them. So if
Well-
somebody has any thoughts about how I can go out and, I'm a little shy person. So it's one of the challenges for me in life has always been to put myself out there, but
All right.
I'm now getting there. So if anybody has any recommendations regarding that, please let me know.
All right. Well, Bella, I recommend that you join Fire Up Connect, because I am one of the most extrovert and well-connected people out there too for you. So that's something I can help you with. I actually specialize on personal branding. So, and the fact that you have a lot of coaches here, and Rick is also in franchise, that's a lot of business connection that, possibly they would want to have patent on their businesses, right, Rick? So Rick, why don't you go ahead and be the next one?
Well, thank you. Thanks, Marie. And she's right. She's so well connected, and her diverse business opportunities can connect you to the right people at any time. What I like is that anytime I participate, there's always new faces. So it's always great to learn from people I haven't met before. Even from the familiar faces, there's always something different. And I like the structure and the participation, the ability to participate as you ask.
Awesome.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Rick. And Ralph.
The feedback I want to get, sorry, I'm like tongue twisted right now. I like this format because nobody gets really left behind. Sometimes you get into meetings and, it's like, what about this guy? What about that guy? And you and when you're that guy that gets left behind, you kind of feel like, why am I even here? So yeah, I like this format. I like how, it's a small group, but everybody gets a chance to actually speak on their thoughts and, and answer specific questions that you have for each of us.
Awesome. Love that, Ralph. Okay. And Brianna?
So this was my first meeting. There we go. Can you see me now?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. So yeah, this was my first meeting, and I really enjoy it. I do like the fact that we have different perspectives on the topic, and everyone's able to network and share what it is that they're doing and how they're benefiting not only the community, but also the country. And I think that just the entrepreneurial mindset is just fantastic, and I appreciate it all. So I'm pretty excited about the next one.
Okay, Brianna, what city are you in?
I'm actually in North Augusta, South Carolina.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. And Paul, you're last, and I know you're in the Rio Rancho, New Mexico.
Yes, I am in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. I think we're just echoing everyone here. It's, just the fact of how you have things formatted, Marie, and definitely you are a well-connected lady. I'll vouch to that. I'm a witness to that. And I'm a member of a couple of your platforms. So I think what I like is high quality people that come on board here. The feeling that I get, there's no pretentious attitudes. It's just, people just laying it on the line and knowing that their time is valuable and feeling comfortable enough to share important business things with people. I think that's nice. So that's what I get out of it.
Awesome. Well, I want to encourage everyone to check out Fire Up Connect. this is really just an intro for you guys. It's a meeting to get to know people, but there are more things that happens outside the meetings that we have. When I learn more about what you do, you are actually going to get more exposure for the different things that we have here in Fire Up Connect. I am also the founder and CEO of Finest Women in Real Estate, and I'm currently working on a TV reality show. We're filming here in the Wilson Creek Winery in the city of Temecula on May 5th, and that is something that we are creating for all women in real estate, but actually incorporates other businesses that are outside the real estate industry, which is very unique in the way we created this. So, I've known Paul, and he's been one of the hosts for the Real Men of Real Estate radio talk show. He has interviewed the mayor of the city in that radio show. We've interviewed Rick Morgan also in the one of our finance segments for the Fabulous Lifestyle. And Ralph, I was able to interview you for the Fire Up Connect radio talk show. And I know, Dave Ray, this is your second time. Maribeth, we saw your interview last weekend, this weekend with John Hill, and it was very amazing. And I'd love to really get to know you more. I am also a director for Global Society for Female Entrepreneurs. So there's a lot of women that I can connect with you. And Bella, your information patent is a very, very valuable, interesting information for a lot of people. And it's a matter of how I position you in some of our live events, because I do live events yearly. And I also do a lot of, I have an organization called the International Wealth Builders Association. So your information could fall into all of those. And so it's just a matter of how we present you. For people to be able to see what they can benefit from your information. So again, you're right. You need some branding, specialists that can help, promote your business, and definitely a lot of networking. Each person that's in here have their own circle of connection, and they're very broad in terms of connection. Ralph is helping people to write the resume. So he's connected to a lot of people in different types of businesses. Dave Ray is a business coach, and Maribeth is connected to a lot of women that she's helping on their life and business. Are you, Maribeth, are you called the life coach, or is it a business coach? What is your title?
Business coach.
Business coach. You're also business coach, but you're concentrated on the women's group, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Paul is running an entire, the city huge project. He is connected to a lot of different types of organizations and companies because of what he's doing. So that alone is massive, a connection for you. And Brianna is in the Legal Shield. Legal Shield is all about business, connections, because they have to protect their business. And so there's a lot of opportunities here if you look at the power of being connected. And Fire Up Connect is a matter of really building your relationship and getting to know you more and educating people. So if you become a member, you get a chance to present your information. We have about 7 minutes for you to do that. And then we let the attendees to ask more questions about it. So gradually you will be coming into a lot of different types of platform that you can get exposure and you can educate other people. So that's how it works here. If you have any more questions, any questions at all for me?
Let me review your website, and then maybe sometime later next week,
Yes.
we can have a one-on-one conversation and see, how we can, like I said, how we can benefit each other, and we go from there.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Any other questions or announcement? Okay. Well, announcement is tomorrow. I have we have our International Wealth Builders Association meeting here in the city of Temecula, and it's available online and also in person. And I know you're all outside the area, so you can look at the International Wealth Builders Association.com and, join the Zoom. We will have the mayor of the city of Canyon Lake who's presenting, and we have 3 panelists. Like he's a real estate lawyer, he's a general contractor, and he's also The other guy is the president of the North San Diego Real Estate Investment. I know this is more focused on the real estate investment group, but the thing is, these are people that have their own business also. Some of them are investors, some of them are real estate professionals, and they are connected also to other people. So, you know, if you show up and you just, you know, try and check different types of industry, that's how you're going to be able to connect also for the specific target market that you have. I myself is connected to the healthcare industry, to the fashion industry, to the sports entertainment, and to the real estate. So I've got a lot of different industries that I'm connected, and I get a lot of things from each industry. So just keep that in mind. I've been doing my business since 2005, and I have been very successful in connecting projects, in connecting people, and creating you know, businesses for others to have. So just keep that in mind. All right. Anyway, thank you so much, and thank you for attending. And make sure that you save your chat. We have 8 minutes left. We're good with our time. I didn't think that we're still early, but any comments at all or any feedback, because we still have time for you guys.
Marie, I wanted to ask you, what was that? Is it tomorrow night that you're having the?
Yes, it starts at 5:30 p.m.
And you have a Zoom link for that?
Yes, it's the International Wealth Builders Association.com. You just go there and you can get your register. You have to register for that. And since this is your second time, right, of going in there? Yes. So you can check out all the registration information.
And what time is it? What time?
It starts at 5:30 p.m.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, and then any other questions or any announcement, take your chance right now. We still have 6 minutes, and the more you communicate, the better for your connections.
Bella, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so expect an email from me. I know you're a patent, you deal with patents. My buddy, this is how I got started in the resume thing, because we wanted to develop a tool from a craftsman to military, and it's a great tool. I can't say too much about it right now, but he was looking for somebody to patent it and help us out. So you might be.
Yeah.
Wow, there you go, Bella. How about that? All right, anybody else? Take your chance right now. We've got time.
Mary Beth, this is Dave. Could I message you on LinkedIn?
Yeah, sure can.
All right, thank you.
All right. Any others?
Oh yeah, one more. Mary Beth, I know you said you deal with social media
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah, I might contact you about little tips and tricks too about that stuff, because I'm trying to start my channel, but I'm all over the place. So all
Yeah, sure.
right, thank you.
You know, and I ditto that too, Mary Beth. I want to connect with you and see if we could talk a little bit.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, Mary Beth, you're seeing that you're not just women's connection. in Fire Up Connect, you're getting some men here.
I love it. That's great.
And actually, you know, it's such a good diversity in terms of business connections and the clientele, because, you know, it's also, there's a lot of good things working with, you know, with different types of people. And I've experienced that myself. Again, I run a group for all women called Global Society for Females. And then I have a radio show called Real Men of Real Estate. And then I have a group, Finest Women in Real Estate. So they're all different people, but I do that. All right, anyone else?
This is going out to Mary Beth. Mary Beth, I'm looking at your LinkedIn. You don't have a face shot, right? Is that you from Nashville or no?
I do have one. I don't know if you have to connect in order to see it.
Oh, okay. That's probably.
You know what, Mary Beth? I didn't see a picture too when I connected
Really?
to you. Yeah, there was no picture.
Okay.
And there was no label at all. So it's like, why is this
Uh-oh.
empty? Yeah.
Have to fix that if you're going to be marketing. That's for
That's
sure.
interesting. I mean, this is what it looks like to me.
Oh,
Oh, my
wow.
word.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it's not showing. I'll look into that.
Yeah. Check
Very
it.
weird.
Because-
I'm going to throw my cell phone in here too, you guys, if If you have trouble connecting, just send me a text.
Okay. All right. Rick, anything else that you wanted to share? Are you good?
Good.
He's good. All right. And Brianna, since you are somewhere, I don't know, is this something that you can come back again and maybe be more stationed where you're at next time?
Absolutely. I kind of had the times mixed up today, but I would definitely be more prepared for the next meeting, and I definitely do look forward to trying this experience again.
Okay. All right, good. So, well, thank you so much, everybody. And again, you're welcome to connect with me. Bella, I will connect with you. I'll send you a Zoom. Actually, let me know what's best for you, and we can work on our schedule to have that one-on-one meeting, okay?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And then Mary Beth, thank you for attending. I would love to connect with you also. I can see there's a lot of potential collaboration we could do. Let me know what's good for you also. I want to connect with you, and I think that would be great. Dave, you already know what you need to do, right?
Sure.
Okay, so just connect with me later. Sounds good?
Righty. Thank
And
you.
then, all right,
Thank
thank you,
you.
everybody, and have
Bye,
an
everyone.
amazing
It was
week.
fun.
And I hopefully we see you on Friday. Our next meeting is Friday at 11 a.m. Okay,
Okay. Thank
All
you,
right.
guys.
Pacific time, right?
Pacific time,
Okay.
and you just have to go to the website and you can register. All right,
Goodbye,
Fantastic.
everybody.
sounds good. Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Bye bye.
Goodbye.